Go. Good morning. Oh, that audio is going to be super loud. Give me a second. There we go. Good morning. How we doing this morning? How's everybody doing? We are rocking and rolling. We got market opening here in a few minutes. We're going to get settled. See how all my friends are doing. We're going to talk a little Apex drama. Apex drama. I don't like all the drama. I don't like all the what the word is on the street, to be honest. Is what it is. You can't do anything about it. Good morning, Deborah. How are you doing? I hope you're having a blessed day today. We got a little bit of a different setup this morning as far as this screen goes right here. Check it out. Bam. Trying a little different screen. The circle. I don't know what you call it. The circle camera. I guess that's what you call it. Normally I have that. Which one do you like better? Do you like the square or do you like the oval? What do you like better? Just curious. I'm doing good, Deborah. You're just waking up. Oh, I forget. Where are you located? What state? We are going to pull up news. Let's check out the news here real quick. News. What do we got? Screen share. Let's see if that pops up there. Sometimes it pops up on my screen, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see, Google Chrome. There it is. Okay. Okay, today is Thursday. We got had some news at 8:30 and pending home sales. Orange folder at 10, but we had red folder at 8:30. So let's just see if the 8:30 news actually was significant. Let's look at 8:30. Where was the 8:30's candle here? Is that it? No. Right there, I bet. Yeah. Okay, so not much. This candle right here. So not much in that sense. This is a moving bar right now. This is going to be where the opening range gap begins here in 3 minutes. So we're going to mark that so we can see where our draw is. And then we have a very large new day opening gap. I'm interested in this level. Guys, look at this. This is just insane. This is insane. If the music's too loud, just let me know. I'm just going to drop it down a little bit more, just in case. Okay. This new day opening gap, look how small it is. I mean, we're talking 5 handles, less than 5 handles, 4.5 handles, and it's from the 15th. That's over right now. That's 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago tomorrow. And the drop stopped practically to the cent. I mean, we're talking, what is that? From 142.50 to the low, 140.50 by 2 handles. From 2 weeks ago, from a new day opening gap. I was ready to take this off, but I decided to leave it. Really didn't care. Wasn't paying attention. And we dropped to the cent. To the cent. Now, we had all of this retracement overnight. I'm looking for a move down here. That's really what I want. I don't think we're going to go lower today. If I pull up my daily analysis, I don't think we're going lower today. I think we filled in this new day opening gap. We could probably fill the rest in the regular trading hours. But I would love some type of retracement into this new day opening gap from this morning as my target. We have equal highs sitting up here. We have a 1 hour breaker. We also have these equal highs up here that could be a draw on liquidity. I just don't know if we're going to go that far quite yet. I would prefer not to do that off the open. We got open in 1 minute. So I would love to grab this liquidity sitting here and look to run this low resistance liquidity, filling this opening range gap that's going to be right here, as well as run down to this new day opening gap. So that's my analysis of what I would like to see happen. But we're going to play it one trade at a time. What the junk is going on? Why do I have Christmas music playing? Holy macaroni. Let's just try that. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Vegas. Oh, yeah, so you're a little earlier. What, 7:30 there? 7:30 there right now? Okay, so there is 9:30's candle right there. Let's see. I don't want to go short until this is ran. I don't want to go short until this is ran. That's the level I want to see ran right here. We could go all the way up to the new day opening gap, I guess. But I'm not interested in a long. I feel like I want to see a retracement. We made all this liquidity here to grab these highs and then potentially move lower. Let's see, 28, 31. Let's see if this gives us a fair value gap here. Let's see if this stays open. If it stays open, I would use this as my inversion fair value gap right on the high. Do you see that? That's really what I want. Oh, 6:30. You're 2 hours. 2 hours behind. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So this is our first obvious fair value gap right off the open. And look how it beautifully overlaps with that high. Significant. That's significant. I'd be interested if price shows me it wants to react and run lower. I will take that. Looks like there's an updated. They have an updated Labor Day sale. Well, we're gonna be talking about a freaking PEX here. I don't like all the news, not the news, but I don't like all of the drama that's going on with Apex right now. I mean, I have an answer to it, but I mean, it doesn't mean I don't like it. All right, so we're going to do one micro on my fundeds, and then we'll open that here. Do one micro or one contract on that. Okay. Well. What do we have here? We got some bullish candles going on here. Look at all of this action right here. Okay. Let's see if it wants to just run right through these. We have these equal highs. I'm not running anything long right now. It's too aggressive, too fast right off the open. And remember everyone, just remember, what do we got? Our 3-trade challenge. That is what we are looking at here, folks. The 3-trade challenge. We're only taking 3 trades this entire day. We're going to keep from over trading. We're going to prevent ourselves from revenge trading. We're going to be patient waiting for the best of the best of the best type setups. And we're going to crush it today. Okay? This, I don't care. You want to do that right off the open? By all means, go for it. If we get close enough to this high, we break through these new day opening gaps, I may be interested in a retracement and playing an inversion to continue higher. But I'm not playing anything until we see some type of retracement or reversal. It needs to be obvious as well. It needs to be obvioso. That's not even a word. It's not even a word. But we do have a nice structure here for the completion of this market maker buy model. If it wants to reach up to there. I know that a couple traders on stream really wanted to head for these equal highs. I think that could be a nice target to run for. Absolutely. It's pretty obvious that that breaker on the 1 hour was a joke. Good morning, DDT. I'm not worried about it, Sons of Rhythm. I still am getting mine, and I don't have issues. But the drama right now is there has been leaks of emails that have come from Apex requiring specific traders to show video proof that they're trading. To require them to annotate what their strategy is. Now, I think that's, honestly, it's a little ridiculous, but I understand. Hey, DDT, 3 trades, 2 losers, 1 winner. That's great. That's great. Let's make today a 1 trade winner. Okay? That's what I want to see happen today. A 1 trade winner, and we're going to make it happen. Okay? But here's the deal with Apex. They're requiring, we don't know much about the individuals that are putting this out. And then on top of that, the comments, we don't have much information on and we don't have much information in regards to the people that are commenting that, Apex sucks, it's horrible, they can't do nothing. We don't know the quality of these individuals. Okay, what we do know is that Apex has paid out millions of dollars. What we do know is that people are getting payouts. But what we do also know is that they sent out this memo basically requiring some people to show video proof of them trading. Now, I'm thinking to myself, if I'm sitting on the other side of this, if I'm sitting and I'm Apex, why would I be requiring that? 2 reasons, I think. 2 reasons that we could logically assume if you want to play both sides of it. Number 1, they really don't want anybody to get payouts. You have to consider that. The other option is they may even have individuals that figure out, okay, most traders do X. Okay, let's require traders to do this because most traders do this. Meaning we're going to put a requirement to change. If most traders trade the news to try to get big wins, we're going to restrict that. I can totally see Apex doing that. And I honestly would support that. I mean, if I'm running a business, I would support that. I don't want the odds of somebody losing big or winning big. That's just not in my business. I wouldn't want that to be in my business model. Now, we're sitting here, we're waiting for price to give us something. I'm watching this level right here. I really like this level here. We're not seeing we didn't see any nice retracements that give us an obvious fair value gap to play higher on the 30-second or the 1 minute. So we're not going to do anything if it wants to continue higher. We're going to sit and wait. I would like to, if it wants to give us something to make it an obvious up move, I would love to take that. I mean, this is the obvious target right now. But we'll wait. And if it runs up there without us, I promise you, there will be another one. But back to the Apex conversation, is there... that wouldn't be in my cards. I wouldn't want that to be part of my business model to allow for news type trading to take place because of the odds that I could either lose big from somebody on a funded account or they could win big on a funded account and really have no strategy other than playing the news. I would restrict that. I wouldn't want that personally. Okay, here's the new day opening gap tap for the second time right there. Let's see if it wants to push through this. Okay. Not bad. Here's the thing. I'm not interested in going short right here. I would be interested in a long right there if we can't break through that level here. Those are the two levels I'm watching. These are the two obvious levels. So Apex could be putting restrictions on what traders do and decide we don't want traders to be able to do that. Okay, that's fair. The other option is, who are the traders that are putting out these, that are getting these types of notifications? Right? We don't have any memos from Apex saying, hey, the people that are getting these notifications are traders that are inconsistent, are traders that have lots of losses and a few big wins. We don't have any of those details. That, though, could be a real possibility for those traders. From what I have seen from the people that have gotten payouts and my own personal experience is that when you have consistent wins, similar size, similar amounts, consistently, you do not have issues. So I don't let my runners run on my funded accounts. I don't. My goal is to get $200 to $400 per account. That's it. That's 10 to 20 handles. And if I do that consistently, there's a consistent trend that they're looking for consistent winners that they will pay out. That's just what it works. That's how I personally see it. So I'm not really, okay, look at that tap right there on the new day opening gap high from yesterday. Let's see if the bodies want to respect it and move lower. We also did a institutional order flow entry drill. See if it wants to stay heavy and not go back up into this level, but wants to move lower. We also, I mean, that's a signature in price right here that looks like price wants to move lower. Good morning, Alkai. This is 930 price. So that's kind of my thoughts on this whole thing. I really don't like it. I wish they didn't have to do that, assuming they're being honest. And you could play, like I'm saying, you could look at both sides of this. And you just got to go on your personal experience. If anything, assuming they are out to get traders, you having an eval account for $30 is still cheaper than you being on a personal account losing $30 in a trade. It's still cheaper. Okay, so another wick up here. Bodies are still closing low. This looks heavy. We have orange folder news at 10:30, pending home sales, I believe it was. Was that right? Pending home sales? 10 o'clock, pending home sales. Orange folder. There we go. I really want to go short here, but I'm not. And don't take that as like you should go short either. I've been wrong. I'm just sharing my opinion out loud. Not my opinion, but kind of what's going on internally. Because every trader has a billion emotions going on. Questions, things that pop in your head. Okay, so an aggressive close higher. I'm not taking a long because we're too high. Right next to the break-even point. That's just too high. There's the break-even. I can't take it. I needed to close lower here. I can't take a long here when my stop needs to be down here. That's 36 handles. I mean, your break-even's right there. So the risk to reward, look at that. The risk to reward is really bad. So we're not going to entertain something like this. We just aren't able to take a trade there. Right? We want to move our stop to break even as soon as we hit this obvious swing high. Let me zoom in so it's more obvious here. So this is our swing high. This is the point we want to move our stop to break even. So if our stop's to break even right there, look, I mean, we're literally looking at 4 handles, and just the risk to reward is just crappy. So we're not interested in that. Five minutes about to close, 40 seconds left. Looks like we're going to have another bullish candle. It looks bullish. I wish we had an opportunity. I really was hoping something came from this. Remember how I said I was short? I was literally looking at both ways. And the thought that just popped in my head, man, I want to go short right now because you see it respecting here. It closes here. You're like, oh, man, maybe it's going to go short. But I was willing to go long if it closed above this and go short if it closed above this. But because we closed so high, I'm not interested in that. It obviously worked out. The risk to reward is really poor. We have our target up here. I had an aha moment last night about the power of 3. And I'm really excited about it. I've known about power of 3. I understood it. But, you know, in your trading journey, there's things that will happen that just click. Something that clicks. And I feel like I had one of those moments. I'll be sharing a little bit about that today after we do some trading. Now, the question is do I want to go short off of this fair value gap? I don't, because we have this inversion fair value gap. It did close lower, below. It's a legitimate setup. I just not going to go short in the inversion fair value gap that we wanted to go long in. It's not, to me, it's a factor, an unknown factor in my trading that I don't want to mess with. I don't want to have to deal with this. Plus, we just had a 5-minute candle close above 2 down closed candles, meaning these are now an order block on the 5-minute. And this basically tells us we could see higher prices. I'm not saying we will, but I mean, that's kind of what it's telling me right now. This is the level I'm really interested in. I would love to see something like this. That's what I'd love to see. A close below, a move back up into these swing lows for a breaker, and then a move lower down to the new day opening gap for this morning, filling this opening range gap as well. So, I mean, there's several reasons for a lower move right now, and that's what I'd like to see. There's that opening range gap sitting right here. So if we fill this, my guess is we're going to run these lows. If we run these lows, we'll probably get some type of retracement. Run here and then probably do something like this. That's what I potentially could see play out. I mean, I could give you 1,000 different things that could happen, but this is the scenario I personally want to see that would give me confidence to take a trade. So this inversion fair value gap has failed. Technically not yet, but it hasn't ran the lows, and it's coming back up into it now. So it could still run, but your inversion fair value gap would be here. So we are respecting it right now, but it didn't run it immediately. This is basically why I didn't want to have to sit. If it's going to run, or if I'm going to get in a trade, I want to get in the trade that wants to run right away. Give me 10 to 20 handles in the first minute. Now, let me give you a bullish scenario. Here's a bullish scenario. Boom. Boom. We don't break this low. We find support at this low. We run the liquidity here, but not move any lower. Find support at the previous high. And then we move towards these equal highs. That's a scenario as well. I like that one as well. I'd be interested in that as well. I'd be a little more oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, that's bullish, guys. Probably going to run these highs here in the next 2 or 3 minutes. When you see something like this and close like that, it means it's being intentional and it's in a hurry. So it wouldn't surprise me. I've chased things like this in the past. I'm not going to chase it right now. And so they work out sometimes. They do. You could also look for, on a situation like this, an institutional order flow entry drill, where we wick down into this fair value gap right here with just a tiny little wick to then move higher into those levels. It looks like we're going to put in another order block. Guys, I'm honestly, I'm just looking for the opportunity to go long. We just haven't had it. We closed above this inversion fair value gap, or this fair value gap, but where did we close? Way up here again. Too close to the highs, just like we had with this one here. We closed right next to the highs. This one we closed right next to the highs. I'm not going to take that. Guys, while we're sitting here waiting, if you like the commentary, if you think it's valuable, do me a solid. Hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. DDT, you're the man. What trades are you watching, by the way? What trades are you guys keeping an eye? Anybody watching anything right now? I outlined what I'm looking at, what I'm waiting for. There it is. 10 o'clock. That's the sales. That's the push higher. Even that orange folder news, that's quite a reaction. Kind of am glad that I waited, to be honest. You're into Tesla puts and Apple calls. Closed half at 3-1. All right, way to go. Way to go. Nice job. That's awesome. I ultimately decided I don't want to mess with options anymore, to be honest. I love the simplicity of futures. I just don't have to think about a lot of extra things. I can just watch price action, read price action, and trade. I mean, guys, I'm not doing any. If it decides to drop right here, I'm not taking it. We will and have to hit these highs for me to do something short at this point. If we get a crazy move lower, I'm seeing that as manipulation, and we'll look to take a long in there somewhere. DDT, I moved mine. I took mine out and moved it to to trade of 8. Because I didn't like all of that stuff either. Unless it's a retirement account. If it's a retirement account, there's so many loopholes to try to put it in a self-directing IRA. It's extremely difficult. There's extra steps you got to take, but you can put it into a self-directing futures IRA, and you can actually trade futures with your retirement account. I do not recommend that unless you're seeing profitability in a large way. All right, this is the kind of displacement I'm viewing as manipulation. Why are we going to stop here? Now, look at this. We did it 1, 2, 3 times already. No, I'm not seeing a 4th time. I'm going to take a long in here if it will give it to me. All right, let's see if this fair value gap will hold, meaning it doesn't close up. If we start seeing an aggressive candle here, I may drop to the 30-second to see if there's something. Now, I will say this, though. We made this high at 10 o'clock. When I see a high made at 10 o'clock, even though there may be liquidity, we may leave that for later. So I'm going to retract my last statement a little bit here, folks. I'm heavily wanting to see a higher move. I'm cautiously looking for a lower move. And the main reason is, if you look back at price action, look how many times highs and lows are made at the top of the hour, or within the last 10 minutes or first 10 minutes of the hour. So often that I am cautiously looking or will consider a short if we are very aggressive. This 2-minute looks nice. That 2-minute fair value gap sitting right here. I like how it's a single 2-minute fair value gap. But I really want that. I will take that if it's aggressive. I want to play that. I'm not looking for a large move. I will also be looking to move my stop to break even as soon as I can. It would look something like, maybe if I get to 20 handles, I might just automatically move my stop to break even so that it doesn't retrace on me. That might be an option. We have a breaker here that just hit in this candle, but we didn't have a fair value gap to the left or right, so I really didn't pay attention that much. I'm waiting for more of a confirmation that we do want to move lower. It's hard to want to take a breaker when you see it right here and we haven't run liquidity. I would not be taking that anyway. Way to go, DDT. So what are we watching now? For those joining, we're looking for this to break or this to break to the downside. I really want this high to hit, though. If this high hits and we get aggressive move lower, I'm not even second guessing myself. I'm not even, I mean, to me it's just an obvious go short. No. This is the daily candle. We ran yesterday's low early this morning. And actually, even in the afternoon, the Asia session last night, and have just been retracing all the way. If you're joining here and you're asking about the 3-trade challenge, we are looking for only to take up to 3 trades in a day, to eliminate over trading, to eliminate revenge trading, and to lock in the profits after we make them and not give them back in the afternoon session. That's what we're looking at. It eliminates all of the other things you really got to focus on and allows you to just focus on the things that matter, which is price action and waiting for those beautiful setups. Do we get it in 2 seconds? No, we're not going to get it. Son of a gun. We got to wait 2 more minutes on that. The 1 minute closed below this, but we have a larger time frame, 2 minute, that has not closed, and it was pretty obvious in my book. We got nothing on the 5 minute. All the 5 minutes closed down to this fair value gap, down to this swing low. That's not a bad entry. If you, like, I'm seeing this retracement, I'm like, man, that's a great spot to go short if we want to go lower. Right? That's the key word. All right, so if this candle closes below this line right here, we are in it to win it, folks. Stop will be to break even. Profit will be taken here. Maybe trying to hold here. May even want to push through this level. We'll see. I mean, I'm being cautious. Why? Because these equal highs and we stopped literally 10 handles before them. Doesn't look like we're going to get this close either. Got 15 seconds left. Here's the 2-minute that I'm referring to. This is why we wait for the close and we don't jump into something. Now we got to wait another 2 minutes. What does a 3-minute look like? 3 minutes, a large fair value gap as well. So it might be a good idea to wait for that bad boy as well. 4 minute. 4 minutes close. So the 2 and 3 minute are really what we're looking at. And to be honest, I think knowing that I have this high here, I want the 2 minute and the 3 minute to close below. That's how conservative I'm going to be on this one. I think that's the right move. I can't tell you many times I've taken a 30-second and the 30-second closed but the 1 minute didn't, or the 1 minute closed but the 30-second didn't and it was a little bit lower. Waiting for all of them, especially when I see equal highs, I think is going to be important. I want to be absolutely sure we can run these lows here. So the 2 minute closes in 45 seconds and the 3 minutes is in 1minute 40 seconds. And I very well could miss this trade if it wants to go. And I'm okay with that at this point. I really like how we hit that breaker right there. And we dropped. I would have never taken this, even though I'm seeing it right now and pointing it out. I would have never taken this because of these equal highs. Heck no. Okay, 2 minute didn't close again. Five minutes looking heavy. Let's see if the 5 minute will close red right here. Or give us a leggy candle right there. 20 seconds. Three minute doesn't close. We don't get a leggy candle on the 5 minute. We're finding support on the 5 minute, or finding support at this 2 minute fair value gap. The same with the 3 minute. Same with the 2 minute. Patience, patience. Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you guys that are here. Thank you so much. I enjoy hanging out with people, even though it's me talking and you commenting or chatting. It's way, way, way better than just silently sitting here. Way better. So we got these equal lows right here. We got these equal lows. We made a couple wicks. We're still in this 2 minute fair value gap. Two minute right here. and that closes in a minute 30. Oh, here, this is the best. This is the best right now. Both of these will close in a minute and 30 seconds. So this is, if there's a time for it to do it, the time is now. The time is now in the next minute. Because look, 1 minute left on the 3 minute right there. And guess what? 1 minute left on the 2 minute. This is what I like. Okay? I just don't want it to just run without me though. If it gets down to this level, I'll wait for a retracement for a tag of this level and then a redelivery. That's what I'll be looking at. Okay, we are short. Gonna take profit there. Gonna take profit there. Holy smackers. Did you guys just see that? That's 25 handles in like 15 seconds. Grab the lows. I probably sold before we got there, but holy macaroni. That was amazing. Guys, I would love to do that. I'm done. I took that on my eval, my funded, and my cash account. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Wow. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here's the thing. Did you guys just see that? I got 17 people on here. 17 of you should have made money because that was clearly called out well before. Execution was... I mean, you can't get any better execution than what you just sold. It literally closed a tick below. It retraced, let's see, 7 handles for about 5 seconds. Gave you an opportunity to get short. And then, bam. That was nice. That is all you need. 25 handles on my eval account. And then I think it was 30 handles on my cash account. Because I closed my not my eval and my performance accounts first. I closed those here. Let me show you guys there. Here's the executions. So 19,577 was my entry. And I sold at 548. That was 30 handles. Guys, I don't care what happens to price right now. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. On my cash account, I logged out already because I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to get back in it. Let me log back in. My executions were, I got in at 571 and I sold at 541. So that was 30 handles. So both of them were 30 handles in 15 seconds. We're talking 15 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. I don't even know. I mean, time flew. It seemed like it went super fast on that. Now, thankfully, they both closed at the exact same time. Do you see the value of going between time frames and looking? We didn't know. I mean, I didn't want to go short, guys. I did not want to go short. I wanted this to hit. It didn't hit. So I needed the extra confirmation. So I'm not taking the 1 minute. Heck no. If I would have taken that, it still would have been a valid trade, but I would have had to hold through from 583 to the high of 621, 40 handles. I would have had to hold through 40 handles. So I waited till the 2 and the 3 minute closed. Thankfully, it just coincidentally closed at the same time. And then it runs. It almost feels like it was told to do that. It almost feels like there's an algorithm telling price to do that. I mean, come on. At this point, with how much I've called out, and I'm not that good. I am not, by any means, the best trader out there. But when you have something that repeats over and over and people say it's supply and demand, how is the supply and demand so consistent? Man, that was amazing. Now, okay, I'm going to do a poll out here for the remainders of you that are on here. Okay, we're going to do a quick poll. First poll. Ready? Here we go. How many trades have you taken so far? I want at least 10 of you to put a vote in here. I want 10. I need 10 votes here, okay? We're going to do 2 polls, okay? You saw, and is as noted on the screen, we got 1 trade here, folks. 1 trade so far. And I got 7. I need 3 more of you to vote. Come on, 3 more of you. Give me a vote. So we have 3 of you that's taken 1 trade, 3 of you have taken 2 trade, and 1 of you so far has taken 4 trades. Okay? Now, we're doing a 3 trade challenge. This isn't to mock anybody. This is not this. The goal is to prove that you can be profitable with 3 trades or less. Alki 6. Well, you weren't on here until later, so I don't know if you're doing that. But the goal is for me in these live streams is to prove to you that you can be profitable with 3 trades or less. and you don't need any more. And we're going to make ourselves stop at 3 trades so that we are more patient for the better setups. We're patient for the best of the best type setups. And I wouldn't even call this the best of the best. I would call this a great setup. But the best of the best would have been with the trend continuing lower, where we could have got 150 points. And I will get there. I will get there. I had an aha moment yesterday watching some ICT Concepts. He's talking about the power of 3, and for whatever reason, it clicked for me. And I am super pumped. I'm super pumped. I feel like mentally I'm going from here to I just broke through the ceiling mentally to the next stage of my trading career. I'm really pumped about that. Okay, so I'm going to end this poll, and we're going to do one more poll. One more poll here, folks. Here we go. Here's the poll. Are you red or are you green on the day? And I'm doing this because I want other people to see, collectively speaking, where people are at. It's anonymous. Nobody knows what you click, okay? Nobody knows what you click. This is simply to help illustrate to people that for those that did take 1 or 2 trades, are you green or red, right? So right now we've taken 1 trade and I am green. There's been 4 votes, 5 votes, and 4 out of 5 people right now, 4 out of 6 people, is that right? That would be 4 out of 6, are green. You can be profitable with 1 trade. I want you to believe it. I want you to be convinced of it. I don't care if there's only 13 people in this stream. I don't care if I consistently only have 5, 10, 15, 20. If I can make an impact in your trading and convince you that it's possible with less trades, and I can see the fruit of it in your guys' trading, you guys have had your own journey. Many of you have been looking at you've been trading 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and you've had all this experience out there. But if I can see the people that are on my stream be consistent, to see that green, I am thrilled. I am thrilled of it and by it. And I want to see more people experience that. And if I have those types of people on this stream, guys, I'm not worried about how big or small it is. The Lord will take care of me. The Lord will take care of me. He will expand my tent pegs when they need to be expanded. It's something that's related to the Bible. He will expand my influence when the time is needed. And right now, my time is needed for those that are here. And I want to give all of that. So I am really excited. That was such a great setup. We were patient. How long did we wait? We waited a whole 45 minutes before that. I know you're fighting for a Discord, Deborah. I know. I want one too. But for that to take place, I do need a little more volume. Need a few more people involved. Here's why. this isn't my first rodeo in creating communities, not just for trading, but for other things. And what I have found is when you have a Discord that is just open to people and there isn't value for a lot of people to be in it. Have a see you, DDT. And it's just one by one people come in. Nobody uses it. Nobody uses it, and I'm afraid that if I did that for, let's say, somebody like you, Deborah, who's like, I would find the value in it, when there's very little engagement in there, I feel it would be discouraging. And I've had that happen personally, and I've seen it in other Discords. So there will be a time and place. Unfortunately, it's just not right now. I wish it was. But it's just not. I am done on the day for trading here, folks, but this is what I'm looking at. That's what I'd be watching right now. We're going to log out. The other thing I want you guys to think about, back to the Apex conversation. If you're just joining in, we were talking about Apex and one of their memos they put out to one of their users that they required video proof of them trading and calling out their strategy. Let me ask you this. You are Apex. You're on the other side of this screen giving people accounts. You are seeing people profitable, not profitable. Let's just say they have this one card, this one profile come across their desk. And this is what the profile says. This is their record. 1 trade a day. Wow. 10 out of 14 days, they're green. They're consistently making anywhere from $200 to $400 on their green days. And their losing days, they're making, let's just say, the same amount, $200 to $400. 10 days, 4 days red. 10 days green, 4 days red. Consistently seeing $200, $400 payments. Boom, 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 boom. Consistency. Their losses are limited. There isn't any giant losers. You see that card come across your desk. Are you concerned? You see another card come across your desk. This one says 34 trades. You see winners of $10, $20, $100, losers of $50, $40, $200, $400. Then you see one giant green candle win for $500, but they took 34 trades. Between the two, which one are you more than likely willing to just go, you know what? We're going to approve that payout. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer in my book. And that is why every time I've seen payouts made for other people, when I see how they trade, they're very methodical and consistent. They're not looking to get a $10,000 day unless they want to do $10,000 consistently. Whether it's 200, 400, or 1,000 or more, as long as it's day in, day out, a consistent delivery of those types of profits, that proves you have some sort of strategy that's giving you those results. This is what any prop firm is looking for. It's why when I hear people talk about this, when I hear people complain they're not paying out, 90% of traders aren't profitable. That means 90% of the comments out there are from unprofitable losers. Not losers because they're a loser, but losers because they lose. 10% of the comments out there are comments like I saw this morning. The guy goes, I just got my payout. Man, the online community on Apex is way different than I'm experiencing. 90% are going to be crap comments, angry comments because they're not profitable. 10% are probably going to be good comments because you got to go in line with the same ratios of the 90-10 rule. 90% of traders are not profitable. 90% of traders are losing money. But when they do make their big win, they're challenged on their consistency and their strategy because the truth most likely is they don't have one. I'm chatting here right now, guys. Why? Because we're not going to do anything in this. No, that's not what I'm saying, Deborah. What I'm saying, what I described there between the $200 and $400 is what I'm doing. I'm looking to get $200 to $400 daily consistently. That's what I'm personally doing. There could be another trader that's consistently pulling out $1,000 a day. Consistently. Day in, day out. And then their losers are, let's just say they have a 70% win rate. So if they have, 10 days of trading, 7 days are green, 3 days are red. Their losers are also going to be controlled. They're not going to have a $8,000 losing day when their average win is $1,000. If their average win is $1,000, I would assume and expect their average win is $1,000 or their average loss is $1,000 or less because of their proper risk management. Whether it's 200 a daily, 400 daily, 1,000 a daily, or 10,000 daily. If you are consistently doing the same type of setups, consistently targeting the same amount of profits, and you're consistently doing that, you will see payouts. I've seen it from all of the traders that I've seen, including myself, have seen that type of those payouts because of that. Now, I lost because of that debacle in July where I left a limit order on. I'm rebuilding all my accounts. That's where I'm at. That's what happened. Newsflash, things happen. So I'm building mine back up to get to the point for my payouts again. But I'm not trying to overtrade that account and get it there by tomorrow. I'm looking at $200 to $400 a day. Consistently, I'll be there in 2 weeks. I'll probably be there sooner if I keep getting trades like this. I mean, I was shooting for 10 handles and I got 30. So my average is $200 to $300, $200 to $300 wins, but my losses wiped my 3 to 4 day greens. So Deborah, that tells me the issue is in your risk management. Two things. Tells me about your risk management, and then not having the ability to stop and walk away from the screen after a single or two losses. Okay? So, if you're using a prop firm account, do you think it's better to have one loss and close down your accounts and come back the next day? Or do you think it's better to have 3 or 4 consecutive losses in a single day trying to get back to green? They're looking for consistency. So if you're consistently having 3 to 4 days, but in one day you take 4 losses that wipe out all your profits, I can guarantee you they're probably going to question your strategy, your risk management, and your profitability. Your consistency of profitability. So when I'm using and looking at Apex, I'm looking at these funded accounts. I'm looking at, okay, I need to prove consistency. How can I do that? Okay, I'm going to go for $200 to $400 in the green daily, and the max I'm willing to lose is the same. If I'm losing $200, then I need to quit so I don't post a $800 loss on the day. That's not showing consistency. That's not showing consistent discipline. Any of these prop firms want to partner with they don't want to partner with struggling traders. They don't want to partner with break-even traders. They want to partner with consistently profitable traders. Okay? So, for you as a trader who's just starting out, how does this apply to you? Well, we're not here to become profitable. We're here to become educated. We're here to exercise our discipline muscles, our consistency muscles. Whether it's a win or a loss, I'm going to take 3 trades and I'm going to be done. I'm going to take 3 trades and I'm going to be done. I'm going to take a loss and it was a little larger. I'm going to be done. Because you want to be consistent. Trading is not sexy. Trading is not glamorous. We sat here for 45 minutes in boredom waiting for something to happen. There was the close. Let's see what happens. I'm not taking this. I take that back. I'm going to do a paper trade account right here. Just because I want to watch it. Paper trade buy right there. Paper trade. After having green days and I go red, I start over trading. You might want to expand on that. I think what I'm saying is if you have profit and you lose it, stop. Don't try to get it back. If you have profit, stop. If you have a loss, stop. The key is in your ability to stop, not to get back what you lost. All right, it's 10:45. It's macro time. If it closes below this, I'm in a demo account. This is paper trade only. This is a paper trade for me. I'm not going to close it here. There's an order block right there. So there's the close below it. It would invalidate this trade, but I'm holding through it because I think it's going higher. Look where we also stopped. We also stopped on yesterday's new day opening gap. Right here. Now, here's when I will close the trade, is if we close below this fair value gap we're currently in right now. I want to see this fair value gap find support. So right now, the remainder of this fair value gap is there. This should find support. We should run higher. We'll take our profit at the high. That's 197 ticks. It's about 50. It's about 50 handles. I told you guys, stop would be to break even right now. We hit this high. It's an internal high. We must move our stop to break even to protect ourselves. Stops to break even. We're going to take one contract off when we hit this high. Actually, let's take one off now, because that would be the logical thing to do. We'll take another one off if we hit that high. And then I'm going to move this target higher. Let's see what higher target we may have. We have a 15-minute fair value gap beginning right here. I'll do that. I'm not saying we're going to get that, guys. Honestly, the main goal is to hit these highs. So we're going to put that there. Right above it. I told you guys I'm done for the day. This is a demo account. I'm not making any money on this. This is literally, I called this well before. I called this way over here. Let's see. I called this an hour ago. A little less than an hour ago that I wanted to go long here. If we grab this high, we will push into this high. That's why I have the limit order set there. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if we come back down to retest this. If it does, then it stops me out. I took size off here. I really want to wait for that. I'm going to be patient. And we're going to do this 15-minute fair value gap that's sitting up here. You see that? If that happens, you want to take the profit. Take the profit. Because when it does that and it stops right before it and immediately wicks lower, it can mean many times you may see a retracement. Okay? It may not happen, but take profit. Don't be, what do they call it? Don't be something for a tick. I can't, there's a rhyme. I forget what it's called. But remember what I just said. I just said it. It wicked up there and came back down immediately. Take profit. Don't hold it. So I took profit just in case it wants to have a deep retracement and stop me out at break even. Don't be greedy for a ticky. I don't know. Maybe that. I don't think it was ticky. Greedy for a ticky. Don't be a prick for a tick. Maybe that's what it was. I can't remember. But the point is, if that happens, just take it and be happy with the gain. We're going to see if we can push high. We will hit this high. And I want to see it run through it, 10 to 15 handles. And then I want to see the body close above the equal high. So far, guys, we are 2 for 2. 30 plus handles on both of them. 30 plus handles on both of them. Man. Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. I'll ask this one time. If you don't mind sharing this stream to other people, I would be elated. I would be very grateful. If you think that this has been helpful, educational, insightful, man, whatever platform you're on, if you do this or other people know about it, if you'd share this stream with other people, man, that would mean a lot. It really would. This is allowable to come down to this level here. Why this level? It should be pretty obvious. What is this level? This is an order block. Okay? Order block right here. We're doing that right now, Charles. We're holding on to trades longer. So I'm not understanding your question. Or are you referring to my comment about the power of 3? I don't know. All right, how about this? If we hit these equal highs, you guys will share the stream, huh? How about that? You guys all know. You guys all know that it's going to happen. You guys all know that we're going to hit this high. Like, it's in the bag. It's a done deal. Okay, so what strategies and techniques? So I'll give you a couple different answers to this. The first answer is if you're trading mini contracts, drop down to micros and trade micros, okay? If you are used to trading one mini contract, this is for illustration purposes. If you're normally trade one mini contract, go to micros and trade 10 micros. So then when you go long with 10 micros here, you sell 5 here, you sell 3 here, and you're holding 2 for here. Do you understand that? You have to reduce your size so you can have more contracts to hold for those longer trades. Okay? That's one way to do it. That's the way I'm doing it. When I do it right now, I just, on the trades that I did take earlier today, I just did one mini contract and I sold it for 30 handles and I was done. Okay. So if you're trading micros and you're like, well, Tyler, I'm not trading 10 micros, I'm trading 1 micro. Well, then the issue at that point is about being patient enough to become consistent enough to where you feel confident on adding a second micro. And then what you'll do is you'll take 2 micros here, sell one here, and hold for the higher move to an obvious target. That's strategy number 2. Okay? Strategy number 3 is to do the same thing. Okay, I'm stopped out. There's the stop out. This is why we take profit, because there's never a absolute guarantee we're going to hit that. We will hit that. I guarantee it. I just didn't want to do it right there. Again, I'm looking at this as manipulation. This is manipulation. If we don't hit this, then what does that tell you? You also got to think of the other side. What does it tell you if it doesn't hit it? It tells us that it wants to maintain a bearish environment. And it is completely and absolutely allowable for price to retrace all the way back up here and not take the highs and still be bearish. Okay? But you can also take these highs and still be bearish. You just want to sweep them very lightly. You're not going to dig into it 30, 40, 50 handles. Third strategy for holding trades longer is you do this. You go long at an obvious level. You wait for your first target, 10, 15, 20 handles. Then you sell that one contract to lock in your profit there. I'm just using this as an illustration. Then we set our take profit really high. We set our stop loss to a number you're okay with losing, and then you close your account. Walk away. Get up from your trade and do not be tempted to remove it. Okay? I said this before. What is the goal? Is the goal to walk away with money, or is the goal to strengthen your ability to hold a trade? Don't be a dick for a tick. I think that's it. That's it. That's it. My mind doesn't go to that word very often, so I don't have that type of vocabulary, so to speak. But yes, a dick for a tick. That is what it was. Okay. But my point is this. Decide in advance what your strategy is, Charles. Is your strategy to make money, or is your strategy to learn to hold longer? You cannot have both. You cannot have both. Pick one. Pick one. Pick one. I'm saying it again. Pick one. If it's to make money, then take your 20, 30 handles and get out and be happy. If you want it to be both, then take your 20 or 30 handles, set your stop to break even, and then close the charts and learn to hold it. But you have to make it a priority that that's what you want to work on. If you want to strengthen your ability to hold trades, then freaking decide to strengthen your ability to hold trades despite losing the money you may see on your account. This is why I have ticks and not dollars. Okay, if you go to settings and you select this and you put money there, look, now it tells me how much money I have or don't have. Okay, let me do something here. What happens when I see that kind of money right there? Okay, and I'm seeing $300, $500 disappear in a matter of a second. Do you think that's good for my psyche? You think that's good for trying to hold trades longer, seeing large numbers like that? Man, that just creates unnecessary emotion that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have to lose $2,000, but Am I okay psychologically losing 40 handles? Yes, because it's part of my strategy. 40 handles is what 40 ticks, 10 handles is what I allow myself to lose. Despite the number of contracts. You got to know what that loss is, whether it's $200 or $2,000 for, 40 ticks, but it needs to be within your risk management strategy. Within 1 to 5% of your total balance. If your total balance is $1,000 and you go 5%, that's $50. That means the max amount of money you're willing to lose is $50. So, let's just say these are micro contracts. Well, $50 on one micro is $20. Sorry. If you have a 10 handle stop loss, one micro is $20 for a loss. 2 micros is $40. 3 micros would be $60. There you go. I know that I am allowed to take 3 micro contracts for a trade because I'm going to have a standard stop loss of 10 handles. And if I have a loss of 10 handles on 3 micro contracts, that's $60. I'm okay losing that money. Set it. Be okay with it. Losses are part of the game. It's going to happen. The issue that we deal with is not being okay with the losses that we have. And we don't walk away and we overtrade, and then we're on our performance accounts, we're on funded accounts, and then all these prop firms are going, hey, I'm not seeing consistency here. I'm seeing you as a trader, when you're in a loss, you start out with, a $60 loss, but that $60 loss turns into $400. That is the issue traders deal with and why only 10% of traders are profitable. Because us traders can't figure it out just to walk away and be willing to only lose our set amount. The reason why we have a set amount is this. We've already emotionally decided that I'm okay losing $60. Here's the lie you're believing. The reason why you're stopping at $200 to $400 when you have a loss, $1,000 when you have your losers, over when you're losing multiple times. Here's why you stop. Because it hurts. You're not trading anymore because you're emotionally drained. You're angry. You're disappointed. You're like, this hurts too much. I don't want to deal with these losses anymore. It hurts. The point of your stop loss, a proper risk managed stop loss, is to avoid that pain. So when you have your first loss of $60 because you did your proper stop loss risk management, guess what? It doesn't hurt. So you're lying to yourself thinking that, well, it doesn't hurt, so I'm going to keep trading. Because you've already programmed your brain to stop trading when it hurts. You need to reprogram your brain to stop trading before it starts to hurt. You got to reprogram your brain to stop after one loss, to avoid the pain that you've experienced over and over and over again, that you've just, now it's habitual. It's practically automatic that you won't stop until it hurts. You got to break that habit, break that in your trading if you want to see yourself profitable. I know we're going from holding trades longer to stop losses to Apex. We're covering it all here, folks. This is the deal. This is the deal traders struggle with. Let's pause that for a second. I'm okay going short even though we didn't hit this high. Because of how close we were, if we get aggressive candles lower and we have a strategy in place to play it, look at this. A couple things that I like right here. I'm not saying I won't be taking it. Here's a fair value gap. Here's a breaker. If we get displacement here, maybe leave these here and we come back and tag this. Look how we closed right on that level. I want to see displacement lower and a close below these levels here. Okay? Let's look at the 5 minute to see if we have a 5 minute change in state of delivery. Okay, I would call this a 5 minute change in the state of delivery right here. There's our 5 minute change in state of delivery. Now, if I'm looking at shorts right here where we're at, then I say our first target would be here because it could turn back and run the other direction. It could find support on this 5 minute fair value gap and then bounce back to end up going for these highs again. We do have some equal lows down here. But right now, that's what I would be looking at, is this as a breaker. That's still not enough for me to want to go short. I really want to see displacement below this wick. We've already gotten it, but I like to see the bodies close below it. That's what I would want to see. And I would love to see it close below this 1 minute fair value gap right there. If we close below the 1 minute fair value gap and then come up and tap the breaker, I would be interested in taking that short, and it would look something like this. That's what it would look like. Okay? That's what it would look like. But we have to get that, right? All right. I think I'm done ranting. Diane, are you saying you didn't want to type that in the stream? I don't blame you. Yep, I couldn't remember what it was. My mind just doesn't go there. Maybe we should change it. Greedy for a ticky. Don't be greedy for a ticky. Because you're not really being a... It's not really being a dick by not taking it. I mean, it just rhymes. Let's see. It's hard to go for extended moves on evals because of trailing drawdown. 100%. It's why you have to take profit. Okay? It's why you have to take profit. And only if you're doing a eval account, do 1 micro for your runner. Leave 1 micro runner. 1 micro. 1 micro is $20, $40. If you've already secured $100, 1 micro, and it comes back down 20 handles, that's only $40. That's a $40 drawdown. So for eval accounts, when you're trying to hold for longer trades, if I'm 100% honest, I don't do that. I don't hold longer trades on my eval and funded accounts. I take profit at 10 to 20 handles. That is my strategy for my funded accounts to get payouts. On my personal account, I will be holding trades longer because that is not a factor, and I want to improve myself as a trader, and that is my next area that I'm going to exercise aggressively. Oh, look at that. Okay, if we get, this is really nice. If you get an inversion right here, if we close below this, I would take that. Depends on the time though. It needs to be in one quick movement. It needs to be aggressive. It was aggressive here, grabbing this high, and then it stopped inside this fair value gap. I want it to close back below this, targeting this low. But it needs to be aggressive. If it's slow, I'm not interested anymore. Needs to be obvious. TOC, you're 100% right. It does force just quick scalp styles. So what I'm doing is I have my funded accounts, my evals that are the scalp style. Here's the thing. Your scalp style can also be turned into your longer trades. The same analysis, the same entries, the same models can be used for scalping and for those longer moves. Okay? The only different factor that I am getting this aha moment on recently is the only different factor is understanding the power of 3 and where you're taking your entries and seeing that you have a lot more room to run for the power of 3 to take place. Okay? And I'll do a video on this. I'm not going to get into it here. But you can use your personal account with 1 micro and learn to hold longer if you want to do that, if you're in a place to do that. Okay? But if you're not, then what you do is you focus on eval because it's cheaper than losing on your personal account. You pass that. You focus on the eval because it's cheaper than losing on your personal. You get to that place of you're getting, $200-$300, and then you can use that to build a personal account and then ultimately to get off the funded accounts. So I'm using both in unison because I don't know what the future holds. You never put all your eggs in one basket. You diversify. So I'm focused on both. If we start getting large candles right here very fast, this is a buy. In my book, this would be a chase. It's not a authorized model. This is not an authorized model, nor an authorized chase. But if we close right here, you can take a small long. Understand we are in premium, so it's not an A++ type trade. It's not an A+ type trade. The draw on liquidity is right here still if it wants to close above here. All right, so let's just see what happens. We're going to take that long, right? Our stop loss is here, and our target is here. Okay, we're going to take our first profit right here, right at that swing high. Once we hit that, we move our stop to break even. All right, there's that. Stops to break even. Now we are expecting this to run. I'm going to move this higher and take another 5 contracts off at this high. Because the way this looks, it's going to run this high and probably dig and pump a little bit higher. And I want to catch it. There is a swing low sitting right here on the 15-minute. So we'll just have it there for our 1 remainder contract. All right, so this is our third trade we're taking, guys. 2 trades have been a win. We got stopped out on the second trade in profit because we are learning to hold our trades longer. We're in profit on this one. We have stops at break even if we're stopped out because we already grabbed this swing high here. And it looks like we may get stopped out. All right, stopped out there, took profit, tried to hold for that longer move, didn't get it. Now I'm looking at that right there. I would take that now. It didn't go. I think this is going to push pump in one tray, in one candle. Now the problem is if it closes right here, you got a lot of retracement. You have to be careful. But look at the aggressive of this candle. It closed. There's our entry. Here's our target at the swing low right here. You want to be very careful. I would probably be moving our stop to break even on our next pump below this low. The sucky part about a trade like this is you have such a large retracement area. We are taking this based on momentum. So as soon as momentum disappears, that's where you got to be careful. If this closes green, I'd be out. I want it to start pushing right now. Okay, there's a green close. If it retraces, I'm closing it there. That's where my stop loss is going to be. I refuse to lose any more than that. It needs to go aggressively lower. And if it's not, I refuse to let it go against me tremendously. This is risk management. I'm willing to take this loss, but I'm expecting this to go down, right? You look at a candle like this and closing below this, I'm going to do it. But knowing that we have these equal highs here, I have to protect. I got to protect my back. I got to protect the profits. I got to have this stop loss here and risk the stop out at break even or a small loss because we still could go higher. We're in this fair value gap right here. We're in this fair value gap right now that has not been closed below, right? So we're assuming that this is going to close and hit this one and close below this fair value gap as well. Well, it may not close below this fair value gap, okay? And based on this, it didn't close. It didn't even get past the consequent encroachment of this wick. Okay, we need to see a close below the consequent encroachment of this wick, the midpoint of this wick, to tell us if price is going to move lower. If we can't do that, then there's a good chance we may retrace deeper, and my stop is going to prevent that from happening. Here is the midpoint of this wick. I need it to close below that to give me the confidence that we still want to move lower. There it goes. Okay, let's see if it holds. We ran that low. That's a great sign. I'm not as concerned about this consequent encroachment anymore because we ran this low. We should be taking some profit off. There it is right there. All right. There is 4 for 4. We just went 4 for 4 today on our trades, managing our risk. And all of those were on a demo account because I only did my first trade live. Because that was just one and done, baby. One and done. Oh, man. Guys, do me a favor. Last time, if you like this, share this with on social media. Share it on X, this stream. Not this individual stream, but that I do live stream. I would greatly appreciate it. I mean, we went 4 from 4. This was a great education, great trading. Do I feel bad that I didn't take those other trades with my live accounts? Not one bit. Not one bit. Guys, I'm going to call it a day. It's been 2 hours. I got a couple things I want to do. God bless you guys. We'll be here tomorrow doing the same thing. We've been green all week. We have not had a losing day. I think we've had 2 losing trades, but we've been green all week. Fantastic. Great. Come back, hang on, hang out with us tomorrow, and we'll get back at it. God bless you guys, and we will